sailing across the Great Lakes with several hundred other people to such exotic ports of call as Buffalo, Duluth, Milwaukee, or Muskegon. Or imagine traveling hundreds of miles with your car but not having to drive and face all the traffic. If you can imagine this, then you can begin to appreciate what it must have been like to travel aboard the SS Milwaukee Clipper. And to get you into the nautical spirit, let's explain a few terms. Port is over there. Starboard is to the right. The bow of the boat is that way. The stern of the boat is that way. And we're not quite sure where we're going to be parked, so it doesn't make too much difference. Now, we are on the car deck, and the passengers would never have been allowed down here. The ship was built in 1904 and launched December 1904 and left Cleveland, Ohio on May 1905. And it was originally called the SS Juniata, rechristened the SS Milwaukee Clipper on June 2nd, 1941 after major renovations. These are what you see today. The renovations were done in Art Modern style. The dimensions of the ship, 361 feet long and 50 feet in width, is approximately 4,272 tons, or approximately 9 million pounds. The car deck holds approximately 120 cars on 2.5 decks. 2 decks are below. Cars enter through various openings in the sides. And the car lift elevator for cars was added in 1941 renovations. The original 92 stateroom and lounges were on this level. And in 1941, renovations moved the original wooden superstructure above this level. This level and those below are essentially original, except for the removal of the staterooms and lounges. The engine room and kitchen and crew's quarters are to the aft of the ship, back that way. And it says, describe 2 ships in one idea. There's a riveted joints in the original versus the welded joints in the 1941 reservations. Renovations done for bingo operations, the removal of the car lift, women's crew's quarters were converted into bathrooms and added interior walls for lobby areas. Now in this area here, the cars originally would come into this area, and we see the remnants of the lift that would take the cars to the lower decks. And this was changed in Chicago when they were no longer going to be taking cars in and out. But you can see the beams and the supports here where the lift had been. Okay, now we're going to go upstairs to the cabin deck, and and we'll walk down this corridor. Hi, this is Ron Burnett's Ray Hill.
Hi, Ron.
He's doing we're doing this thing. You want to tag along, or you want to catch up with the guys?
Yeah, I think I'll catch up with them.
Okay.
Where are they at, you know?
Who knows?
Yeah,
Jim's down in the boiler room. Okay. Now, I'm not quite sure. Oh, these are storerooms. This area here had been added in Hammond when they put office areas in for lease. There had been classrooms. There had been offices in these rooms. And this is the area now that goes up to the cabin deck. I think these stairs are steep, so be cautious. As you see, it says watch your step. And notice the tile floor, and this is a artist rendering of the ship and your ceramic tile. And this is now the area that goes down into the bunk areas. Okay. Now, we're supposed to walk down the starboard side into the Pullman berths in the stateroom. And the ship carried several hundred passengers, and the Juniata carried only 350, and the Clipper was able to carry about 900. There are 36 staterooms numbered 1 through 37, and there's no number 13. There are 28 berths numbering 1 to 29 and no number 13. The Pullman berths were added in 1941 renovations, reflecting that the trip was now shorter and the Pullman berths were more common in trains. And we have the daytime area here for playing cards and enjoying. This is a sample of the berths when they were set up for the evening, that you had an upper and a lower, and you were able to hang your clothes there. And there was space under there for luggage. And this was a very innovative idea on a ship. This is the club lounge area, and this was the lounge and the deck for premium passengers only that were forward of the Pullman berths. And and right now this is Ray Hill is doing this area here, and he's been working on this for over a year. This goes down now into the stateroom area. This is the room that Jim and I are going to use, and this is the one that Gussie Folkring is going to have. Now, these rooms were all fitted out with a sink and a toilet, and it was in a combination, and there were special Lumaline lights on the wall that were in the Art Modern styling. And here's one that shows all of the sink and the this one shows the sink as it was found, and it can be put up. And then this was the commode, and all very compact. They had the towels, and they had, of course, the hooks. These were, there were guards over the edges of the bed so that you couldn't fall out. They're down there, and there's an area for luggage there. And there was steam heat in the winter time. And this little business right here was had a bottle of ice water in for everybody. And today these staterooms can be sponsored for $100, and then the person doing the sponsoring is responsible for restoring the room, and then they are able to use it free for 2 nights in the off season each year, free. If they want to use it during the season, they'd have to pay the same as anybody else to use it. So this is going to be part of the bed and breakfast complex, and we have most of these rooms are sponsored now. There are 30, I think there are 3 that we have determined cannot be rehabbed, and 17 of those are paid sponsors. 11 more of those are people that have said that they would sponsor it, but they haven't paid yet. And I think there are 7 that need to be spoken for yet. So as you can see, there are different sizes. Some have double beds and a single bed, and some have just two singles. And, okay. Now, okay, there's an unverified story that one family member of a particular family always stayed in room 1 as a sort of a guardian of the ship. That is totally and absolutely untrue. From the story of Hammond. The McKees owned the ship. Stateroom 1 was theirs when they wanted to go aboard. So other than that, there was not a family member all the time. Okay, now, let's see, go to the stair landing. Okay, now these go into the men's and the women's bathroom, and they have a backward color scheme. There's pink in the men's and blue in the women's. And so we are now going into the, is this pink? This must be the men's area here. There's the maid's sink there. Yeah, this is the men's, guys. This is men's. Now there are no showers in this area, but when the bed and breakfast complex is going to be we'll have showers in this area. So is there enough light here for you to get this? This is great. So there's going to have to be a big plumbing project. Okay. Now we'll go up to the sports deck. Quite a seat, but watch your step. Okay, this area is open for all passengers to use, and as you can see, we are up on the what they call the sports deck, where we have the lifeboats. And this first room here is the soda bowl, and it's open for all passengers to use. It's typical of the soda fountain found in the 1940s. The fixture and the counters were generally considered art modern style. I guess they've taken down the Coke signs and the Green River signs. Okay, now we go out the port side door. There's been work done in here. They've got this cleaned up pretty good. Okay, watch your step. And now we're going to go up into the theater. This is a 144-seat theater, and it shows cartoons in the morning and first-run Hollywood films in the afternoons and evenings when the boat was running. And there's a back in this area. The theater had originally been larger than this, and they carved 2 crew staterooms out of behind that screen, great big rooms. So, and we go then into the play area. This was the supervised play area, and it originally had a slide and a sandbox. And the Warner Brothers characters and the fish on the floor for the kids. Okay, then we can go out here. See, this is a lot of the work they've done around too. They have scraped all the stuff up here that had been deteriorating coming through these doors. Here's a Jacob's ladder. Somebody needs to get up. Giant winch. Look at the ice boats out there. Looking, they're having a race. Look at they got the pylons out there. Oh, it's a perfect day for this. Oh, now they've got the upper level painted. Doesn't that look nice? Certainly, you know, like a ship. Once they getting that done, it won't cause so many people to be so upset about it. There are 4 lifeboats with a 50-person capacity, and there are 7 balsa life rafts. They're not here, but they're located aft, and the lifeboats are on the framework. And these winches are used for lowering and raising the lifeboats. These grommets overhead there was laced rope that ran down the length of this corridor, and the life jackets then were suspended above the resulting netting that was from stringing through those grommets. Okay. Now, see, you enter near, keep caution as you go. Okay. Oops, no, we gotta go down here further. Okay. We're going down here near the soda bowl, and keep a caution here now for the steps. This staircase is steep, and you can only go up in a single file. And we are going now to the Pilothouse. Okay. See, caution as you go at the landing. Exit. Okay. All right, we're supposed to go onto the starboard side, exit out the starboard side. Okay, according to this. Now this was one of the crew's quarters here. Don't know my ports from squirts. Here. Oh, maybe we can get in up here. Okay. He wants to go outside the boat. And we can look down on top of the boat deck here and see that we need to get all new covers for the lifeboats. One's on the other side has one of our great big covers off of Seahawk. Now we may or may not be able to get up here. You have to be careful of the steep stairs. that has done this. The Pilothouse is basically redone, and just is so beautiful. And they have totally and absolutely refinished the captain's chair, and it cautions people not to let anybody sit on the captain's chair. The latest navigational aids were put onto the ship, and most of the equipment is original, except for the newer radio equipment. Then we have the captain's chair over here. The steering wheel, the original steering wheel had been stolen, and Jim Gillum had to replace this in Chicago. The ship-to-shore radio was the very first on a ship in the Great Lakes. And unfortunately, there had been a great big Juniata bell that was on the mast back here, and it was stolen when the boat was in on the Calumet River. We very much like to have the people who took it give it back. But if you look out this window, Ron, you can see where they cut it off of the platform there and have removed it. It was a 500-pound brass bell that had the name Juniata stamped on it, and that's gone. Okay. At one point it said that's the only original part of the ship that remains, and now even that is gone. Now it says here, to point out. Okay, we have the radar. This is the radar over here, and let's see, the whistle is, where's the whistle? The whistle is here. I don't know, is that the whistle? Here's the whistle. This is the whistle here. Number 5 is the telegraph that used to control the speed, if you can see all that neat stuff. Number 7 is the binnacle. This is where the compass is. And number 8 is the backup binnacle. That's the one out here is the backup binnacle. Outside. Yeah, I haven't even noticed that before. Okay, number 9 is the docking telegraph. This one tells them how to work for docking. Did you find that? Did you find the guys? Mm-hmm. Oh, great. Okay.
You didn't get a hold of Lou?
Never good. Oh. Right here. That must be the whistles here. What's the other one? I guess there's a couple of whistles. Number 11 is the radio direction finder. Right here. Number 12 is the speakers outside. Apparently those are gone. Oh. No, there's an outside speaker. That's right there on the rail. Number 13, okay, we've discussed the Juniata bell. Number 14 is the VHF radio, and it was the first on the Great Lakes. Well, I can't, isn't that something? That's the first radio on a first ship-to-shore phone on the Great Lakes ship. Number 15 is the loudspeaker and intercom. Where's loudspeaker and intercom? That would be, I would need loudspeaker and intercom. I would see, it might be this one right here.
Pretty person carjacking over here is another different
Okay, I'm trying to read this thing backwards. Maybe I could. Okay, number 14 is the radio telephone. Number 15 was right next to it back there. Number 16 bay in the ceiling. That must be it right there. And 17 is the clinometer. 17.
That's the only thing on
Oh, the clinometer. How about that? I was looking for the in front of it. Okay, the clinometer. Okay, this tells you when the ship is going from siding to siding. Now that's a technical term.
There it is.
Siding to siding, yeah. Okay, and number 18 then is the attack instructions on the wall. Over right here, this is, the boat was renovated during World War II, and in 1940 it was equipped with the instruction in case of an enemy attack. Why, isn't that interesting? Careful, fellas, here comes the jab zeros again. Okay, now we will go through the officer's cabin. Enter second door in Pilothouse and walk through the cabin area. Okay, we are coming down through here. These are the officers' quarters. Now, I don't know if they've got, oh, that just goes into some of the mechanism. No, you don't shoot further with that. Now, let's see if we can get into any of these. No, I don't know. No, well, we can't get into the officers. Have larger rooms and private bath. Number 3 was for the captain, right here. Number 2 was for the chief engineer, right here. And there was a crew of 108, 18 navigational, 15 engineering, 3 pursers, 72 stewards. And other quarters are on the aft car deck near the engine room and kitchen. Some of the rooms are furnished with chest of drawers in which the second drawer converts into a desk. Rooms near the aft starboard door are most likely the infirmary, and now they are used as offices for the marina. Oh, there's so much work to be done. Okay. These were the ones that were used as the infirmary. Okay, walk, aft. Okay, now we go out here. We are now on the top deck. Talk all about the Hammond Marina. Okay, deck chairs used to be in this area, and for winter runs, cars were up here. The smokestack with the logo and a false ventilator stack used for electricity and utilities. Cabinets on the deck store life preservers. Those are gone. The mast before the stairs for the engine boilers below. And we come and walk down here. Now this area had originally been canvas, and this was, the steel was put on this, I'm not sure if the steel was put on this deck in Manitowoc or if it was put on later. But this originally had been a canvas deck. This is of the kitchen that Hammond had put on the boat for their food service for their restaurant and their yacht club. When the ship was running, there would be a canvas cover over this area here, but in the wintertime it was removed. And this is the emergency steering wheel. It's a double wheel in metal, and it needed 4 men to turn it. And if it was used if the wheel in the pilot house malfunctioned. And then there are various winches here for steam winches, probably for pulling up stern anchors or for helping with the cables. And they've hoped they've got the ship tied down now. They have worked so hard on getting all of the cables in the right spot this time. And this area was had chaise lounges. And it was a nice area for watching the world go by outside when the boat was moving. We are now entering the dance floor area. We are in this what's called the sports deck and bar area. And it was originally an open air from the midpoint of the room aft. Canvas covered originally, and now it is glass along the sides. Art Modern style example of the bar and something and something, and finishes are in chrome and black. The wooden dance floor, the seahorse stanchions for the posts rope off the dance floor, and tables around the floor. The original tables were bolted in such a way that the table was flat to compensate for the sloping floor. The original Hammond B3 organ, similar to the city but no connection, was commonly used in roller rigs. There are Leslie speaker systems in the ceiling, and a rotating speaker creates a vibrato sound. And I don't know if that's...
this one right here.
Yeah, must be. Have they painted all this, or is this the condition that this was in?
This is the condition.
Well, that's not bad, is it?
No.
Wow. Oh, these are great. Oh. Now, let's see where next we go. Exit on the starboard side. Okay. Okay.
That was out of here, and then have to use some, get that liquid foam, spray it in there, just spray it, fill it outside, just have to spray it. I just pull all those things like this, that's the one here, that's the one at the bottom, you put it here, pull them out. Put it on the side. There's foam insulation machine, that's which one, put a little backward in here, spray that in there, swallow that up.
Now we're going down into the main lounge area, and this is the stairwell area with the Great Lakes mural that shows the route of the ship, because it would go back from Muskegon to Milwaukee. And originally, the ship ran from Buffalo to Duluth in 1904 to 1937. After being rebuilt in 1941, it then ran between Muskegon and Milwaukee until 1970. It was used as banquet facilities beginning 1979 to 1989. And the mural has been beautifully survived all of the problems that the ship has had. And as you can see, this area here is deteriorating, but that mural has done marvelous. They've started to work in this area here, and they've stopped the leak that was up in there, so they're working on that. This is the other end of the bathrooms as they come out into this area here. Okay, this is the main lounge area. The purser's desk is on the port. See, that's the edge. Okay. The purser's deck is on the port side. The baggage and check room were on the starboard side. The purser handles the paperwork and the comfort of the passengers. Gopher Smith from Lifeboats. There is a gift counter in the baggage area, and that's used as the last stop of the tour. Isn't that smart? Okay. The doors, the engine pass with your host afloat mosaic. The doors enters with your host afloat mosaic. This is the area where they want to get to open, where people will come in originally instead of down on that lower deck. Okay, there is custom-built worn carpet furniture is made of tubular aluminum chairs, sofas, and tables typical of the 1940 furniture. The glass panels and chrome detail are art modern. Okay, this is coming into the cafeteria area. There are compass patterns on the table and there's cafeteria-sized food service. And there is a dumbwaiter from the kitchen that's directly below. And it says, note the new curtains. Okay. Exit through the glass doors on the starboard side. Exit through the glass doors.
Right here.
So, caution tourists, the stairs are steep. Oh, they must not take them into here. Here we come. Okay. Now this takes us back to our original spot. Be careful, the stairs are very steep. And thank you for taking a tour of the Milwaukee Clipper. Hope you enjoyed it. So then we take them right past the gift counter. So we went all through the boat. This was the tour that they had from Hammond. Well, that's not a bad.
Okay, you can say goodbye, Mayor.
Goodbye.